this fellow is going to a new home. Aren't you cute? So behind me is Mount Dora, the field where I would be selling today under ordinary circumstances. It's not raining now. They said it wouldn't rain between about 10 and 11, but then it's supposed to pour again, and there were 40-mile-per-hour winds, and I was not able to change out to really what would have been proper outdoor show gear. But you know what? Sometimes you give up one thing because another opportunity makes itself clear, and I have the opportunity to hang out with Kat the Nurse Flipper and go shopping at the flea market up on the hill, because that is indoors. It is every weekend, and it's a mix like most flea markets of old, new, and in between. But Kat, being an eBay reseller and having a broader view of the market than I do, it should be really interesting shopping a flea market with her. So here we go. This is the Renninger's Farmers and Flea Market. Open every Saturday and Sunday. Hey there. Me with the camera all the time, yes. Hello there. Hi, Dalton.
Hi, Mr. George.
Hello, good morning. So here we are, and yeah, we're looking at tires and a bunch of new stuff, but I think that the older stuff is to the other end, so
do you want to go up?
Hi, Kathy. This is Nurse Flipper's mom. Well, we're in Florida, so we have anthuriums.
31 degrees 3 nights in a row.
Oh, I know, Chiefland, you're just far enough north. You get cold up there.
Yeah.
Well, Dalton gets to ride with all sorts of cool, crazy stuff, and right now he is riding with a rainbow fern that his mom just bought. So we have our first purchase of the day, $12. It's beautiful, and then you can take cuttings off of it, and then her mom will get one too. All right, now we're starting to hit some of the older stuff, or used stuff. Oh, I like that accordion. I'll bet it's not for sale, I'll bet it's a display. But it's really neat looking. I just sold one of these recently. I wonder how much this is. It is genuinely McCoy. It's not a repro. They did the silver for a really brief period of time. Quick scan up and down. That's filming. We're going to see how it is here. These are old, but I don't know if they're special. Oh, these are Van Brittle. I didn't expect that. All right, and there's 5 for mine. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see if there's any old pennants here. There's Bucko Bruce, so that's Buccaneers probably right around the time they went to the playoffs for the first time. In '79. Great Adventure. I'm looking mainly, when I look for pennants, for stuff that's characters. Like I see Disney characters, or a bad approximation of them at least, under here. And it's Ice Capades. Okay, this makes no sense. This must be early Disney on ice. I've got to say that one is interesting to me. Especially because it's obviously bootlegging Disney. I don't think they had permission yet. Statue of Liberty is kind of cool. Something you've not really considered a lot all of a sudden comes up. Hey Dalton, speaking of someone you hadn't thought of comes up, there's someone right now. I'm looking at sports pennants. What are you looking at?
I am buying George.
Oh, that's so cool. That's very you with the Kachina. That's awesome. Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a hand-done painting too.
I'm good with 30.
$30 for an original, that's great. Oh, look at the pretty paperweights. Yeah, she's right. She just got a good deal there. Okay, I'm going to narrow this down because I don't want to spend a fortune on pennants. I just want to get a few interesting ones. The now former San Diego Chargers, but that just happened, so that's not old enough yet to be interesting to people. It will be. Gatorland, love the gator. That's a small one. I like that. This one has a date. Busch Gardens, when it was more about the Clydesdales, might sell in my area. I kind of like the Statue of Liberty, but it's a bit of a misprint, but I definitely like this fake Disney Ice Capades. I think it's those 3 for me. Ooh, I see some costume jewelry I really like in there too. That purple and gold, that just has a nice look. So Kat is looking at this, and it's Glass Ice Studio, and I like their stuff. I remember them when they came out.
If they're smart, that's high.
Yeah, that's a pretty neat piece, but you never know. I mean, she's sort of like at a level where with a little discount it worked.
That Kachina painting, I have one that was not painted by a Native American. That one's signed Yellow Feather. I sold it last night for $3.50. Now mine was on canvas.
That look in your eyes when you said $30, I was just like, oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'd like to set. Oh.
We're both curious about this beaded mesh bag here, so let's see what the Swarovski is.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
wow.
A little rose. How pretty.
Well, no, look, George, it has the...
Oh, it's with the dome. I see. Aw. That's a very pretty piece.
Okay. Normally, it has a sticker on the... Oh, it's somebody took it off.
Yeah, see.
Yeah,
that's a smart
I'd
tip.
like to know the item number.
Yeah, they will sometimes have the item number sticker on, and of course that's easy for modern stuff because then you can just Google Lens it and pop it up, or eBay. eBay only lets you search SKU numbers and UPC codes now, from what I hear, which means older stuff is going to be harder to search if you're looking for matching with photo. The thermoset plastic there, the brown and orange, that's Coro. And then there's a cute little concho with the horses in it.
Okay.
Well, she has 85 on this, which is a perfectly fair price. It's a nice little coin size early mesh purse, 1920 approximately. Okay, thank you. And she has some nice little portraits, but I don't think those are painted. Here's a house jack. This is definitely an old thing. The castings are neat. I think they're neat looking, and you could use them for shelving. I've seen that done in a few man caves and cocktail bars and places like that. Old auto stoplight here. I think I have one of these in stock right now, though, so I'm going to pass on that. And then now I see what she means about these glass pieces. There are a lot of pretty pieces here. Murano. We've got these purple spotted glasses from about 1970. Those are kind of cool. Yeah, I see what you mean about this lizard. Now next to lizard are a couple of Westmoreland owl little pieces. They're $18 each. No, they're $18 for the set. And she's got them marked as Degenhardt. Now, it is possible that Degenhardt got the Westmoreland mold and made them. It seems like this dealer, she's fair with her prices. We're able to buy some stuff, but she knows some things too. We all know what we know, and then we learn more as we go along. Bluebird of Happiness here is not priced. Maybe she doesn't know that these are selling for money now. And then this one is Fenton. And it's $15, and I know my friend who I just did the show with would love this, so I think I'm going to buy it. I'll try to ask for maybe 10 or 12, but I think I'll get it, and that way if I don't sell it, I'll give it to her as a gift. Jaru were the first two letters, J-A and R-U, of a couple of potters who made really wonderful things in California in the 1970s and 80s. And this is Jaru, this sphere here. This could not be more 1980s. It reminds me very much of the IMAX Theater that's still in Vancouver, Canada, that was built for the 1986 World's Fair. I am seriously tempted. It's $60. I'm going to see if she might do a little better.
Oh!
It has this opalescence to it.
It's here, George.
Oh, right, so you can look into it. It's more like sea life or something. Oh, that's cool. I like the color, and then Kat liked the Murano frog. I do too. He's $70.
Yeah, that with the case too.
That's the thing.
That
If
would
it
look
comes
good at a show.
exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Yep.
How much?
$30 on the little piece there, the jadeite. And the cat up there is cute for $25. Very grandma core.
Oh, that whole, I didn't know about the keyword cottage.
Yeah, that just came to my
Apparently
awareness recently too, because you hear farmhouse, but apparently cottage core kind of says more. Someone is learning to be a photographer.
Hi. Okay.
He was just showing us a teddy bear and telling us what it was.
Point the camera and stuff.
Well, apparently I was meant to be buying instead of selling today because those were some pretty good deals. I'm especially excited about that Jaru piece. I just walked it back to the car. I'm walking on some uneven ground, so that's why I'm bouncing up and down here. But I'm on my way back to see Kat and see what they're finding. Because the big crowds that would have attended the show are not here, I think we're going to find some bargains in the indoor shops here, because the people who sell used stuff that were relying on the antique crowd aren't going to get them, so they're going to want to negotiate with those of us who are here. It's cruel, but that's the way things work sometimes. On the other hand, they're making money, and I left 15% of my usual take on the table because we couldn't be open today, so it's a trade-off, but I'm having fun shopping, and I'm really enjoying Kat and her family and getting to look around at cool stuff. The SOS Defender is a brass fire extinguisher rather than the usual copper ones, and we've got a copper boiler here too. The fire extinguisher and the copper boiler are in the $100 range. That's about double what they used to sell for, but time marches on, and these things are getting harder to find now. You've got to remember that in the last 4 or 5 decades, that a lot of people started collecting things. So a lot of things are in collections now. Oh, and look at this. The train is going into the tunnel, which is a marked tin tunnel with twin alligator heads stuck on it. People have a lot of fun. Ah, there's Edith Piaf. My mother was a huge fan. This fellow's got a lot of aluminum ware. And you see prices from $20 to $45, which are fair prices at retail. Look at this big picture from the 1930s, when Guardian ware in particular in Los Angeles was producing in the 1940s and 50s. This was the big new idea. It wasn't going to rust like cast iron. It would have lots of other benefits. Now there's questions over whether using aluminum is a good idea, so now people are going back to cast iron, and they have some nice pieces of that here too. The waffle maker with the high stand is $1 1/4. Wagner's Dutch oven, the number 10, is $85. This one's not for sale. This is an old piece. You can tell by the lettering. That's going to be mid-1800s. And they've done a nice job cleaning and seasoning all of their cast iron here. So they are charging retail, but there's a reason. They know what they've got, and they justifiably are taking good care of it and presenting it right. So can't blame them for trying. I had someone looking for Lou Ray ware yesterday, and if I'd known they had these pieces up here, I would have sent them this way. I'm never afraid to send somebody to another dealer if I think they have something they want, because then they'll come back to our antique show and I might get to sell them something the next time. Okay, I see a familiar young man in a blue jacket, so I think I have found them again. Let's see what they're getting. That gray bowl in there is a Tadala piece that Kat just got, and she showed me a name that you guys haven't seen on my channel before, but that's another good name to look for.
First time I saw it was on a piece that looked like a cat.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a cat, and then after researching, I realized it's the artist.
Another designer, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well that makes sense,
but
because these flowers are not the Ken Edwards style, but you see these a lot in Mexico.
Yeah.
These are like 3 for $10, folks. And Kat said that her first eBay business was selling starters and plants on eBay because it was really something easy to do here in Florida, because our weather is usually pretty conducive to it, and they've got all the ferns hanging from the trees, the bromeliads. It's just really beautiful. It is a lovely place to be in the winter, even on a crappy gray day. Niccolo pipe. Oh, this is one of these backwards running clocks.
Oh.
And it's 45. That's about the right one.
Disney, but it's in a box like that, not the clamshell. Sells for hundreds.
Really? 'Cause I didn't even know they were still doing VHS when that movie came out.
People I watch are selling VHSs. Kevin Commonwealth Picker sold one for $800.
I keep hearing Disney is the thing to look for. Really? No. See, there's other stuff. There's so much to know. Just standing here yakking.
Format negatives from the 40s and 50s. I have glass slides. This guy here who did portraits of New York, there's 1,000 proofs there from the 80s.
Oh, wow.
You could buy the whole, it should be a dime each, would be $100. That whole collection's $50. There's 1,000 incredible proofs.
Interesting.
Real nice proofs.
I like photo collections, but what I was really looking at is this mask. What's the story on that?
Well, it's a great story. Did you ever go to Key West?
Yeah.
So you know Captain Tony Saloon.
I've heard of.
That's him. That's his father. That's his older brother, the world's youngest mind reader. He made all these masks back in the 30s.
Oh, how cool.
I'm the one in charge of the collection. This is the mask with no eyes that sees well, but it's a mascot here.
That is so cool. Interesting. And you have others of the collection?
There's 60.
Wow.
I have the world's largest collection.
Oh, how neat.
That. Yeah, we
Are
have
you
them.
keeping it as a collection?
You know the band Devo, Whip It Good?
Yeah.
That's my partner. We're doing a book on Captain Tony. That's to cover the book. And that's his brother, who's really was the crazy guy. These are original 8x10s. I have the original 4x5 negatives, so these are like $1 each.
Yeah.
I have incredible glass slides here, and I have a vintage, really cool 4x5 collection. I
Neat.
have thousands of this stuff.
Wow.
And the Portraits of New York guy, if you went to portraitsofnewyork.com, 65,000 people he photographed, edited out of 300,000, and that's 1,000 of his proofs. With a story attached to each one, because all of us been photographers. Captain Tony was a photographer. Sal was a famous published photographer. In fact, these are original 11x14 that we're not using.
Oh, very interesting.
Sal was crazy gay. Like, wild gay. See?
Sal Terracina. Yep. Interesting. And
So, if you go-
so
very
what's
simple.
the website I should send people to?
It's one word. salsimages.com.
salsimages.com, all one
And
word.
on the bottom it says photos with stories. I had the site for 20 years. These gangsters, Sal and Captain Tony were good fellow guys.
So there are a bunch of barns here, and we're going to try to go through all of them. So we're kind of snaking through in a certain order just so it makes sense. Kat spotted this, and so did I, so the shiny objects are obvious, and we're going to go look at them. So if you want to do a ton of jewelry, I guess this is one good way, because then you just reach up and they get down the piece that you want when you figure out the deal. And boy, there's a lot.
I think she said it's for Mom's collection.
Oh wow. It's a neat way of displaying it.
Here, buddy.
There's a nice old piece. The tarnish may be too worn, but let's take a look up close.
There is a nice Russian.
Yeah, a little too
enamel.
much wear. Oh yeah, that's a nice, yep. Cat spotted the Russian enamel pin, that's cute. Not a lot of this is older. This piece is, but it's very lightweight. This piece is, but it's kind of cheaply made. Stretch bracelet's kind of cute. These always break on me though. I've never had one that I managed to sell before it got snapped with people picking them up at shows. It's one thing about shows, stuff gets worn. That's pretty. Phoenix bird or something. It's a piece of Homer Laughlin china. That's so clever. See, people repurpose stuff in some really neat ways. I've never seen anyone do that where you could see what it came from though.
I don't know how he does it either.
So I'm getting these two bracelets here. There's a snap cuff and a nice little crystal band for $25 for both. Thank you very much. Kat and I both said there's probably some money in here. You can see a lot of 70s era. These brown wood with the stainless steel especially are definitely from that time frame, and there is a call for a lot of these now. However, I'm guessing that these folks know that because this is their special. So this might be a place to buy retail rather than wholesale, and one good way to find out would be to ask how much this TAC is, because I've sold this reel-to-reel together for $150. Okay, we're going away from the new stuff into the less sealed, less climate controlled venues, because this is where we're likely to find the kind of stuff we're after. The used stuff is in the side halls. The new stuff, well, it's new stuff. Good, how are you doing? I like your blue bottle back here. Empoli bottle, it's priced at $60. That's actually not a bad price these days. It's a good color. This says Thrifty Treasures, so this looks like a good place for us to check out. Kat pointed this out. This is a folding chair. We see a lot of 1960s versions with the tapestry, but this is the original from the late Victorian era, and you can tell by the type of joinery here and these legs, the way they fold, that this is an older piece. So we're going into Thrifty Treasures, and we're going to hopefully find some thrifty treasures. We will see. This is for your TV antenna to rotate it to face whichever signal you wanted to get. Of course, people don't have TV antennas anymore. I just sold my 60s era butterfly pins for about that price. Oh, so this is like a little miniature mall in here, Kat says. She's a little faster than I am. Measuring for the chemicals in a photo lab. Die-cast cars. I don't see anything really old, but I like this gold purse, even though it's just small and basic. It is $7, I think. I could see this maybe being good, except the mirror's not really great, so nah, I think I'll leave it. Let's see what else we have here. Old books. I have this Will Durant set to sell myself right now. Ooh, look at this. This is Eric Buck for Deerland. Deerland was a very good Danish manufacturer. This looks like it's rosewood. This is a really nice piece. It looks to me like they have it on sale for, it said 3,900, and then they X'd out the 3, so does that mean it's 900 or best offer? I can't really tell. Yeah, it's this bar. They're calling it teak, but I think it's rosewood, in which case it's actually really, really good, and it might, if it was $900, I might be tempted to buy it, believe it or not. Because, yeah, well, first I have to find room for it, but it is really awesome. Now, if it's $3,900 or make offer, then no. I think it is. Yeah, look at it from the back, too. It's got all the bottle holders. This is 1970s, a locking cabinet for your booze, because we figured out by this period of time that our kids will get into the booze if we don't lock it. This is a great piece. Little pixies. This one's an ashtray. Japanese 50s. This one's Japanese also. 50s. That's a knockoff of Treasure Craft. And this one is as well. Greg's booth, 20% off today. Do I see anything I need? This is kind of entertaining, but it's quartz and it's not that old. Here's a little Crackle mini pitcher I see hiding back here. That was 17, so 20% off is going to put it right about what I would sell it for. Oh, cool. So you started this as a consignment shop, so it's Peddler's Picks.
Yep.
And there are vintage and antiques, and this is Wendy. Well, thank you, Wendy. I really appreciate that.
We actually have 2 more spaces that go to that depth. They have leaks right now, but it'll open back up eventually and be much bigger again.
Very good. Well, I will come back, but I really am interested in this, and I'll let you know. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have this for sale myself right now. And then I have this for my father. So interesting, seeing a lot of familiar things here. Old razors in the box.
Oh, 25. 25, okay.
These little coolers, little mini mugs here were things you were given when you went on the tour at the factory. Here's Mary Mushrooms in the butter dish, and this one's not wrecked. It's not stained. That makes it very unusual in that regard, and it's $75, which means it's staying here, but there's a reason that they're that expensive. It is hard to find them in good shape. Kat found something to buy. What'd you get, a bonsai bowl?
That bowl, yeah.
Cool. Nice square churn here, $70.
Check out the channel. They're called the something Nomad, what?
I'm the Antique Nomad, and this is Kat, the Nurse Flipper.
Both of us have YouTube
Do you
channels.
have a card?
I do on my purse. I'll get it when I get
Okay.
the cash for the bowl.
Yeah, I'd like to see their channels.
Machetes. I like the old antique sign here. This one actually does have some age, but I don't think it's for sale. The Manhattan glass, my pattern, only $10 for these. They used to sell for $20, so if you're collecting now, this is a great time to start with depression glass. Only $5 a piece for those bowls. And here's the little Utica Brewing, made by Webco. But he's missing his mate. There we go, Utica Club back there. We've got a bunch of these Utica Club that are the more recent ones made in Germany, $40. A lot of type drawers with type in them, $100 each. That could be a lot of fun if you took the time to part that out. You would make money. Ooh, there we go. Told you we were going to have some wind today. So we had a little mini blackout there. And we're going to quickly look through past Gate Budapest. I think they mean that they have lots of fun waltzes. Gypsy Airs, Warsaw Concerto, Chestarod, and then Davy Crockett with Fess Parker and Betty Ebsen. Oh, we'll see how much this one likes being held.
Oh, look at the pigs, Dalton.
Little pot-belly pigs. Oh yeah.
I can't put this on a video. All right, come show mommy what you would like.
And here are chickens.
Boy chickens. These are girl chickens for $25.
They got baby ones around there. You got to go all the way around.
We can go this way. These are very pretty. I think these are speckled Sussex.
I think that's right. I don't know a lot about them, but I've been reading about it because
these aren't these pretty?
oh, they are. Yeah.
I used to raise them, and then I like the
neat.
buff one too.
The sign did
I
say this
also
was a farmer's market. These are very naughty Japanese 1950s mugs, and they're terrible and collectible and all that great stuff. So, and then we have the Playboy mug behind. Well, let's see. I see one old teapot and an old cup and saucer, Foley china, but you know they're priced full price. That's kind of cute. I don't know who did that though. That's English with the redware bottom. I see a lot of cute tchotchkes, but they are not old tchotchkes. The Royal Copley Rooster. How much are you? 15. That's not a terrible price. They do sell for more. The Sooner glass is definitely older. The Swan here. This space, and then this one's probably from Mexico. Oh yeah, it does look like it's an artist signature. Interesting color combination.
Who is that?
Well, I think it's Joaquin Pottery. It just says Calif USA in that block lettering. And there were a couple of companies that did that. Joaquin and Maurice were the two I see the most. And, you know, they were 70s era. Oh, and somebody in the Okefenokee Swamp.
Oh, the cypress knees.
Yeah, I like cypress knees. It's neat they wrote where it was. Oh, look at the poodle sewing stand with the little eyeglasses, which are actually scissors, and the pin cushion. That's $30. Oops, I did not touch that. Signs. I've got a guy in West Palm Beach who looks for these little things to hang on the, and he wants the ones that can hang. They have this place called the Dixie Diner, and I mean it's just stuffed full. The walls are all covered in old advertising, and they've got the little holes. Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
And that would be appropriate. There's one at every bar. When a woman puts up a false front, a man never knows what he's up against. It starts when you sink in his arms and ends with your arms in the sink. I'm going to see what they want for this whole stack.
Somebody incorrectly labeled this one as Ken Edwards. Oh no, it is Ken Edwards. Look, it's the same piece, but look at the
Different glaze. It's cute.
What did they call it though? A deer.
A deer, well, sure. Is this a bank? Yes, it is. It's going to be about 1970s and orangutan. Cute old lamp. Looks like something done in the 50s. Maybe something that somebody made, but it's really neat. $40. I like that. This is strange. It seems to be acrylic and etched. I wonder how old this is. It's pretty new. That's what I thought. Okay. You decided against it?
They're only selling for 20.
Really?
Yeah. Some of that stuff surprises me because I like it, so I expect it.
Yeah. Oh, I really expected more than that, and it's funny. I'm still tempted by it. I just...
She'd probably... How much were the signs? She'd probably take
a couple bucks
15, I
each.
bet.
She might, yeah. I mean, that's not much margin, but I like it. Oh yes, these are part of a bar set. The Gay Fad Company out of Columbus, Ohio decorated these. Just a success, much overrated. Did I say that? I'm intoxicated. Oh, I didn't even see that. No, I like it when they paint on the shelf fungus like that, and that's a pretty neat one actually with the chieftain. Well, it might be cheap then. Well, we had a good day here at the flea market. We had a lot of fun. We found some cool stuff. We're gonna make some money on that. So it was a day to buy instead of a day to sell. And I'm really glad I got to enjoy it with Kat and her family. I am George the Antique Nomad. Please come see me again on the social media links that you see in the description. Go to the website, better yet, theantiquenomad.com, and you'll be able to see how to send stuff to get appraisal information. I will see you here or on my live channel sometime soon. Thanks so much, and bye for now.